Should I pay off my mortgage before I retire? Again, very common question. I would say somebody calls me about this every week. So here's the answer. Should I pay? Now, I know when you retire, the thought of having that mortgage paid off feels so good, right? It's gone, you're not paying a mortgage anymore. I find a lot of people towards the end of their retirement start trying to pay that thing off, put as much money as possible into the mortgage as they can. Oftentimes, when they do that, they don't put money into their 401k, which is a big mistake. I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but there's all kinds of tax ramifications for putting money into a 401k instead of a mortgage. So, should you have your mortgage paid off when you retire? Well, sure, it would be awesome. Yes, it would be great if you had it paid off. It's definitely not a bad thing. But it is not a prerequisite for retiring. It's not. Lots and lots of people retire without paying off their mortgage. Well, how do they do that? Well, let's say they still have a mortgage and they're paying $800 a month. All right, it's like you're paying rent. It's $800 a month, just put it into your budget. If you can fit that into your budget, you don't have to pay off your house. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay off your house. I mean, paying off your house is a nice thing, but you have to remember, let's say you have $100,000 and you put it into your house and your house is now paid off. Awesome. Now, let's say you have $100,000 in your 401k. Also awesome. So so the question is, would you rather have your house paid off or would you rather have that money in your 401k? The answer, I feel this strongly, is you want it in your 401k. And why is that? Well, when you put money into a house, it's gone, right? Like if you need 10 grand all of a sudden, where's the money come? I mean, you could go to the bank and try to get a home equity line of credit and get a second mortgage, and that takes time or closing costs. Once the money's in the house, it is gone. Now, if you have your money in the bank or a 401k, you call, the money's in your bank, you're done. It's simple. The money is accessible to you. And by the way, if 5 years after you retire, you just can't stand the idea of having a mortgage, pay it off. Just pay it off with this. But at least give yourself the option, in the meantime, of having some cash on hand, right? Having that, once the cash goes in the mortgage, it's gone. So my final answer on do you have to have your mortgage paid off when you retire is, sure, it's a great thing, but you don't have to have it paid off, and don't go crazy and ruin the rest of your financial situation trying to pay off that mortgage before you retire. I hope that helped.